7 little habits that make seniors' homes feel like heaven on earth. There's something sacred about walking into a home that feels alive, where the air carries a quiet freshness, the rooms breathe calm, and even the walls seem to hum with peace. It's not just about the scent of clean floors or freshly washed linens. It's something deeper, something soulful. When you step into the home of an elderly person who's cared for their space over the years, you notice it instantly. There's a warmth, a certain purity in the air, like life has been lived there with gratitude. It smells not only of lemon polish or soap, but of memories, of gentle hands that have cared, cooked, and prayed in the same rooms for decades. A truly clean home doesn't shout, it whispers. It invites you to breathe easier. It holds stories in every corner, the scent of morning coffee, the hint of lavender in a freshly made bed, the faint breeze that comes through an open window. It's a reflection of a life that values order, simplicity, and love in the smallest details. Many seniors don't chase perfection. They've learned that a spotless home isn't about impressing anyone. It's about peace of mind. They clean because it brings clarity to the soul. They keep things tidy because they've learned that a calm environment helps the heart rest and the mind think kindly. Somewhere, between polishing a table and folding laundry, there's wisdom. The kind of wisdom that says, if you care for what you have, it will care for you. A home that smells fresh and feels clean is not made by money, but by mindfulness, by presence, by the quiet daily habits that reflect gratitude for another day to live, to love, and to keep going. So today, let's uncover the little things, the gentle, powerful habits that seniors practice, often without realizing how profound they are. Because in those small routines lies the secret to a home that not only shines, but breathes peace. Number 1. Let fresh air in every morning. There's a special kind of wisdom in starting the day by simply opening a window. It's a quiet gesture, one that speaks of gratitude and renewal. Many older folks have done it for so long they hardly notice it anymore. The gentle creak of the frame, the cool rush of air that greets them, the soft flutter of curtains dancing to the rhythm of morning. But that act, small as it seems, is a kind of prayer. Fresh air changes everything. It clears out the stale heaviness that gathers overnight, the stillness of sleep, the lingering scent of yesterday's cooking, the closed-up breath of a home waiting for new life. When the morning breeze drifts through, it doesn't just refresh a room, it awakens it. It carries away what no longer belongs and invites in what's new. Seniors understand this better than most. They know that the air we breathe affects the heart we carry. They've lived long enough to see how freshness in the home brings freshness in the mind. You can almost feel their rhythm. Open the blinds, lift the shades, let the sunlight pour in and mingle with the air until the space feels alive again. For many of them, this isn't a chore. It's a ritual. It's a way to greet life with open arms. While the world outside rushes and scrolls through screens, they pause to breathe. They listen to the birds. They smell the dew on the grass. They feel the soft wind against their skin, and somehow everything feels right again. The air carries stories too, of seasons gone by, of gardens once tended, of children's laughter that still lingers faintly in the hallways. When a senior opens that window, they're not just airing out a room. They're letting life, they're reminding themselves that every day deserves a clean slate, that every sunrise deserves to be welcomed with gratitude. And that's the beauty of it, something so simple yet so powerful. A breath of fresh air isn't just nature's gift. It's a renewal of spirit. It's a whisper from life itself saying, "You're still here. The day is yours. Begin again." Number 2. Keep only what you truly need. Step inside the home of someone who's lived many decades. and you'll notice something immediately. Space. Not emptiness, but peace. Everything seems to have a place. Every object has a story. There's no clutter screaming for attention, no chaos crowding the air. Just calm. This is the quiet art of keeping only what truly matters. Many seniors have learned, often the hard way, that holding on to too much can weigh you down, not only physically but emotionally. They've learned that peace is not found in possessions, but in presence. Every drawer, every shelf becomes a reflection of that truth. They don't call it minimalism. They simply call it living. The chipped mug that holds morning coffee. It stays because it's filled countless mornings with warmth. The blanket on the armchair, it stays because it's seen years of comfort and quiet naps. But the rest, the unnecessary, the forgotten, is gently let go. There's freedom in this. When you live with less, you notice more. You see beauty in the sunlight hitting a clean countertop, and the way a single flower brightens a whole room. You feel lighter when your surroundings breathe with you. Seniors know that clutter doesn't just fill a room, it fills the mind. And when the mind is cluttered, peace becomes hard to find. To keep only what you need isn't about throwing things away. It's about honoring what stays. It's about choosing meaning over mess, serenity over stress. It's understanding that a clean home doesn't come from having more storage, but from having less to store. So they clean with intention, not haste. They don't chase the newest trend or decoration. They care for what's already there, polishing wood that's been in the family for years, folding old quilts that still carry warmth, dusting photo frames that hold lifetimes. And when you visit, you feel it. You feel the clarity, the stillness, the dignity of a life that's been edited down to its essentials. You realize that a truly clean home isn't spotless. It's soulful. It's a space where everything left has a heartbeat, and nothing sits without love. That's the secret the older generation has long known. Peace isn't found in what you add to your home, but in what you release from it. Number 3, a clean kitchen is a clean heart. There's a quiet holiness in the way many seniors care for their kitchens. Long before fancy appliances and cleaning hacks, they learned something simple, that the kitchen isn't just a place where meals are made. It's where love is served. It's where mornings begin with coffee and evenings end with prayerful gratitude. And when that space is clean, something in the heart feels clean too. You can tell when someone loves their kitchen. The counters gleam softly under morning light. The scent of lemon or soap lingers gently in the air. Pots hang neatly where they belong, and every cup seems to have a story. It's not perfection, it's peace, a kind of order that tells you someone has tended to this space with patience, with kindness, with care. Older generations grew up in a time when cleaning wasn't about show, it was about respect. Respect for the home that sheltered them, for the food that nourished them, for the life they built within those walls. Wiping down a counter wasn't just a task, it was gratitude in motion. They know that when the kitchen is cluttered, the heart feels heavy. When the dishes pile up, so do worries. But when everything is washed, dried, and set back in its place, something inside exhales. The space feels ready again, ready for laughter, for prayer, for another meal shared with love. There's something deeply human about the smell of a clean kitchen, soap and bread, maybe a hint of coffee and cinnamon. It's the fragrance of life being lived simply and beautifully. Many seniors take pride in this, not because anyone will see it, but because it brings them peace. It reminds them of who they are, stewards of their blessings. And when younger visitors step into such a kitchen, they often feel something they can't quite name. It's not the scent or the shine. It's the love woven into the space. The quiet reminder that cleanliness isn't just about hygiene, it's about harmony. When the kitchen is tended, so is the soul. Maybe that's why so many seniors will tell you, keep your kitchen clean and the rest will follow. Because in truth, it's not just about spotless counters, it's about a spotless spirit. Number 4. The power of natural scents. Before air fresheners and chemical sprays, homes carried the gentle perfume of real life. Lavender, tucked in linen drawers, lemon from a freshly polished table, the warmth of bread baking in the oven. Those scents weren't manufactured, they were lived, and for many seniors they still are. There's something deeply comforting about a home that smells of nature and memory. It's not overwhelming, it's soft, familiar, human. Walk into a senior's home and you might catch a trace of something that takes you back. Maybe the faint sweetness of vanilla, or the freshness of soap and sun-dried sheets. That's not just aroma, that's atmosphere. Older generations understand that a true sense of freshness doesn't come from covering up smells, it comes from care. It comes from scrubbing floors, airing out rooms, letting herbs dry on the counter. They rely on nature's own ingredients. A slice of lemon, a touch of vinegar, a handful of baking soda, and somehow the result feels purer than anything from a store shelf. To them, scent is emotion. It's memory. The smell of apple pie cooling on the windowsill can bring back decades in a heartbeat. The soft fragrance of lavender on clean sheets can lull a restless mind into sleep. These are not just smells, they're connections to life, to family, to home. And that's why their homes smell different. Not artificial, not perfumed, alive. Each fragrance has meaning, a story behind it. You can sense the time and tenderness it took. There's wisdom in that simplicity. The air we breathe carries energy, and seniors know that keeping it pure affects not just the house, but the heart. So they choose real scents, honest ones, that remind them of seasons, of gardens, of days when the world moved slower and smelled sweeter. Maybe that's the secret. You don't need much to make your home smell like peace. Just a little sunlight, a little effort, and a heart that takes joy in the small things. The older generation teaches us that true freshness isn't something you spray, it's something you live. Number 5, the habit of daily tidying. If you've ever watched a senior move through their home, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. They never stop caring for their space. A dish washed here, a cushion fluffed there, a table wiped before sitting down. They don't wait for cleaning day, because for them, keeping a home in order isn't an event, it's a rhythm. This rhythm was built over years, shaped by necessity, discipline, and love. They grew up in times when every item mattered, when you took care of what you owned. So tidying wasn't just about neatness. It was about gratitude, about showing respect to the things that served you, the chair that held you, the table where you ate, the floor that carried your steps. Daily tidying brings a certain calm, almost like breathing. A clean home gives back what you put into it, a sense of balance, of quiet accomplishment. Seniors understand this better than anyone. They don't let mess pile up because they know it doesn't take much for disorder to grow roots. Instead, they tend to their homes like a garden, a little each day, and the result is lasting peace. There's something deeply satisfying about this practice. It's not perfection they're after, it's comfort. It's the joy of knowing that if someone walked in at any moment, the space would feel welcoming. The bed would be made, the counters clear, the air light. That's not pride, that's care. In many ways, tidying daily is an act of self-respect. It's saying, I deserve to live in a place that feels peaceful. and that quiet consistency spills into everything else. Their patience, their mood, their ability to find joy in simple routines. They've learned that small actions, repeated faithfully, build a beautiful life. The younger generation often looks for motivation to start cleaning. Seniors, they simply begin. One drawer, one room, one moment at a time. And through that, they remind us that the secret to a spotless home and a peaceful mind isn't hard work, it's steady work. So when you see a senior humming softly while folding laundry or dusting a shelf, you're seeing something deeper than habit. You're seeing a life philosophy in motion, one that says, care for what's around you and life will take care of you. Number 6, caring for fabrics, curtains, and bed sheets. If air is the soul of a home, then fabric is its skin, soft, warm, and full of memory. Seniors know this truth better than anyone. They understand that freshness hides in the details, in the feel of clean sheets, the look of bright curtains swaying in the sunlight, the quiet scent of laundry dried in open air. You can almost feel the difference when you walk into such a home. The couch cushions are fluffed, the beds are neatly made, and the curtains seem to smile at the day. It's not fancy, not luxurious, but it's deeply comforting. Because everything has been cared for, everything carries the touch of loving hands. Older generations grew up with the discipline of laundry days. It wasn't a chore, it was a ritual. Washing, hanging clothes under the sun, folding them carefully. These were acts of devotion. They believed that keeping fabrics clean wasn't just about hygiene, but about honoring the home itself. A clean sheet meant a good night's rest. A freshly washed towel meant dignity. They also understood something most people forget. Fabric absorbs life. It holds scents, emotions, warmth. So they made sure to keep it pure. They'd open the windows, let sunlight stream through, and shake out the curtains so the air could move freely. You can almost hear their wisdom whispering, "Don't let anything stale linger in your home or in your heart." There's something healing about slipping into a freshly made bed at night. The coolness of the sheets, the faint scent of soap, it quiets the body and soothes the soul. Seniors know this, and they never underestimate the power of small comforts. To them, maintaining fabrics isn't vanity, it's stewardship. It's taking pride in what you've built. Every pillowcase, every blanket, every curtain tells a story of care, of consistency, of a lifetime spent honoring the everyday. And maybe that's why their homes always feel so alive. Because everything, from the air to the fabrics, has been touched with intention. Cleanliness to them isn't just about what's seen, it's about what's felt. In their quiet wisdom, they remind us that freshness doesn't come from perfection. It comes from attention. And when you give your home that kind of love, it gives you peace in return. Number 7, adding a personal touch. There's a special kind of magic in a senior's home that no cleaning product or designer trend can replicate. The feeling that someone truly lives there. You can sense it in the little touches. A vase of fresh flowers on the table, family photos gently dusted, a cozy chair by the window, the soft glow of a lamp in the evening. These details are small, but they breathe soul into every corner. Older generations have an unspoken wisdom. They understand that a spotless house alone isn't enough. A home should feel alive, loved, and personal. Cleanliness creates peace, but personality creates warmth. It's the difference between a house and a home. When you look closer, you'll see how much intention lies behind every choice. The blanket draped over the couch isn't there by chance. It's there because someone might get chilly while watching the evening news. The bowl of fruit on the counter isn't for decoration. It's a quiet reminder to live simply, to enjoy the gifts of each day. The scent of baking cookies or freshly brewed coffee isn't a coincidence. It's love expressed through the senses. Seniors often carry a sense of gratitude into the way they decorate. They don't fill their homes with expensive things. They fill them with meaningful ones. Every photo on the wall tells a story. Every item on a shelf holds memory. Even the smallest details. A candle lit before dinner, a doily under a lamp, a handmade quilt folded just so, reflect a lifetime of care. And somehow all of it comes together to create an atmosphere that feels sacred. The house feels like it's breathing, not sterile, not showy, but deeply human. The air smells of warmth, the rooms glow with comfort, and every object whispers, "Someone has loved well here." This is what so many of us forget in the rush of modern life. We chase the aesthetic, the spotless image, but forget the soul. Seniors remind us that true cleanliness and freshness are not just physical, they are emotional. They come from living with heart. A vase of daisies by the kitchen window, a favorite hymn softly playing in the background, a fresh towel folded neatly on the rack. These are not small things. They are acts of love disguised as habits, and they are the reason why. When you step into a senior's home, you don't just notice how clean it is, you feel how loved it is. Conclusion: the quiet art of a peaceful home. At the end of the day, what makes a home fresh and clean isn't just the scent of soap or the gleam of polished wood. It's the heart behind it. Seniors have mastered that art. Through decades of living, they've learned that peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from presence. Each small habit, opening a window, keeping only what matters, tending the kitchen, honoring fabrics, adding personal touches, is a thread in a larger tapestry of gratitude. These aren't chores, they're rituals. They turn ordinary days into quiet celebrations of life. A clean home, in their eyes, isn't about impressing anyone. It's about loving the space that shelters you. It's about caring for what God has placed in your hands. And when that care becomes consistent, the air itself seems to smile, soft, light, and full of warmth. So if you want your home to smell fresh and feel alive, don't just think of products, think of presence, think of attention, think of the way older generations did everything with intention, with love. Because when your home is cared for with heart, it doesn't just look beautiful. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where peace lingers in the air, where gratitude lives in the details, and where every breath feels like coming home.